What's going on, traders? Happy New Year. I know this is the time everyone is setting goals for the year. One of my goals is to do more videos than I did last year. I know it's a low bar, but we're going to have to start somewhere. Welcome to Wonder FX, and today we're going to talk about 5 things that you must do to have a great 2023. Let's get started. Number 1, you have to master your process. So whatever process that you have in place, you have to make sure that you can execute it perfectly on a live market. And there's a big difference, and it's a lot of conversations that I have with traders. I've spoken to about 20-25 traders on a one-on-one basis, and they tell me, look, Wanda, why is it that I cannot replicate my results from the demo account or from the back testing? I can't replicate it in the live conditions. And I tell them, you have underestimated the psychology of a live trade. Okay, there's a lot of emotions, a lot of stress, a lot of even boredom. Okay, just sitting through 5 minutes candles, all right, 12 5-minute candles in 1 hour, as opposed to just in 10 minutes back testing you've reviewed one day. It's a big difference. So you have to go through the steps of, back testing, okay, and then going to a demo account, making sure you can master the process in a demo account before you can then ideally put 10% of your capital, okay, 10% of whatever capital you have in place, you put it in there. There's money on the line. You can use that to understand what you're trying to do, and you have to take it seriously, okay? You have to take this process seriously because it's very important. This is where you actually master the process that you want to follow, and then you execute, and then you try to execute properly. And once you've mastered that and you can see sort of the results that you get in back testing, it's never going to be the same. All right, you're going to make mistakes live. So once you can see sort of the results that you get when you back test, then you're good to go. You can go ahead and purchase your challenge. You can then fund the rest of your account, and then you can succeed. And believe me, once you go through this, this rigorous exercise of mastering whatever process that you have in place, you have a better chance of having a good 2023. The second thing we're going to talk about is your routines. Are you prepared for the day? And it starts the night before. Did you get enough sleep? We know that sleep is directly correlated to performance. You have to be there mentally. And sleep is a strong contributing factor to that. So sleep is important. Another important part of my trading routine is cold showers, immersing myself in cold showers. We know the benefits of cold water, to athletes, even in the military, it builds toughness, okay? So when I go under the cold shower, and if you live in Canada, you know how cold the water is, especially in the winter, all right? So when I go under the cold showers and the water is just dripping down my face, all right, there is a biological response to it. Immediately, my muscles start to tense up, all right? I want to hold my breath. My heart rate goes up, all right? You can monitor it on a watch, all right? One of the smart watches. You see your heart rate starts to go up, all right? And it's sort of what you'd experience when you sit on your trading desk and you're being introduced to all the emotions and the fears of the market, all right? That's the kind of reaction you usually experience. Consciously, you might not know that's happening, but subconsciously it's happening, all right? Your body starts to tense up. You're watching me right now, you relax, but guess what? If you look back right now and you see a tiger, what would be your biological response to that? All right, your heart rate goes up through the roof. You tense up. You hold your breath. Right? That's how the body responds to fear. At that point, you're on autopilot. You are not thinking reasonably. You're not thinking consciously, and that's what's important. And when you're sitting on your trading desk, the biggest danger is to lose your conscious thought. You want to be in the moment. You want to be present. And for me, just showering with cold water is kind of me training myself. All right. So that when I go to my trading desk and I sit there and I have those emotions, I've been there, I've done that. It's easy for me to regulate myself. It's easy for me to bring myself back to the present state. And that's what's important. So what I do when I'm showering with the cold water is I try to, again, bring myself to the conscious state. I try to do simple math. That way, in that harsh condition, all right, like the cold water in there, I'm relaxing my muscles. I'm trying to slow my breathing. I'm trying to do simple math. I'm trying to make reasonable and conscious decisions, all right, while experiencing that uncomfortable situation. So again, training my mind, getting better at it. And it's a muscle. Again, the more you do it, the more you get better at it. So I do that. Strong part of my trading day. And after that, I want to do the meditation or visualization. I kind of combine both. So with the slow breathing, I'm trying to imagine my day, and it starts with, I'm not going to take a trade, and it's tough, especially when you had a losing day the day before and you want to take a trade. on that day you want to make up for that loss, all right? But you want to think about it and just accept the fact that it's possible you're not going to get a trade, all right? Because sometimes you really want to trade and you don't see one, but because you really want to trade, you're going to find something. But sitting there, mentally accepting the fact that there might not be a trade is extremely important. And I do the same with losses. And look, the mind is an amazing thing. You can imagine something and feel the emotions of it just sitting there without actually doing that thing. Crazy. All right. So if I can imagine myself taking a loss, all right, and it sucks. Imagining taking a loss sucks. I imagine it, I accept it. I say, okay, give myself the spiel. It's okay. It's probability. I'm going to come back tomorrow, whatever, get a good trade. But yeah, that's the process that I follow. Visualization, extremely important. It's a muscle as well. You get better at it the more you do it. And yep, extremely important. Your routines are very important before you actually sit in your desk. And of course, throughout the rest of your day, whatever you do is also important. Exercise, also very important as well. So for me, the 3 key things are exercise, cold water, and visualization. Extremely important to my routine. The third thing you must take note this year is how much you make when you write, risk to reward ratio. I've done a video about that. I'm going to put a link below. So how much are you making when you write? You need to at least make 2 times your risk to have a positive expectancy. All right. I know traders swear by 1-to-1, but for me to have a better chance of succeeding, you need to have at least a 1-to-2, or basically winning 2 times when you write than when you lose. All right. So that's the key thing. Another key point here is adding to your winning positions. All right. Winners add to winners. Okay. A lot of professional traders you listen to, they talk about how they add to their winning positions. All right. Or they add more to their best trade setups. So you need to have a process that you follow. For me, I can enter one trade, and once price starts moving in my direction, I enter the second one and I want to go break even on the second one very quickly. Or I enter the first one, and once I'm 1-to-1, I go break even on the first one, then I enter the second one, and then I let the trade run. All right. So there are different processes that you can follow, but just understand that it's important for you to add to your winning positions. So go back to the drawing board, create a process and master the process that you want to follow and execute, but you want to make sure you add into your winning positions. All right. So that's one of the key things that you must do to have a great 2023. The fourth thing is consistency. Fear not a man who has practiced 1,000 kicks, but fear a man that has done one kick 1,000 times. Consistency is very important to have a good performance. All right. You want to master your process, and then you want to be consistent at the process, and not just in trading, in life. You have to be consistent on whatever you do to have a good chance of succeeding at it. All right. Finally, we're going to talk about technical analysis. You've done enough technical analysis. The reason you're failing is not because of technical analysis. The problem is you. You have to find a way to be better at executing. You have to be better at performance. Forget technical analysis. You know enough technical analysis to write a book about it. All right. So go back to the drawing board. If you don't have a strategy, find one, create one. There's a lot of information online, or buy one. All right. But make sure you have a strategy, make sure you have a process that you follow, and then make sure you master that process and then work on yourself so you can be better at it, to be able to have a better performance on a day-to-day, executing perfectly. All right. Sometimes it's extremely difficult to add to my position, especially when I've taken a loss the day before, but you got to do it. I know I have to do it. All right. And that's part of the visualization. All right. Part of the cold water idea. You want to equip your mind. You want to have a stronger mind so you can make better decisions on the day. And every time you sit on your trading desk, you want to be present. Go on YouTube and search the box breathing method. I use that on a daily basis when I sit on my desk. I want to make sure I'm breathing always. I want to make sure I'm in a present state, because it's in that state I can make the best decision. I don't want to make decisions unconsciously, because fear and all the other terrible emotions comes in place, and I'm going to make a bad decisions. And to wrap this up, Ed Sekoda says a losing trader will not want to do what it takes to become a winning trader, because that's what winning traders do. So this year, you're going to make a decision. Do you want to keep losing, or do you want to stop doing what you're doing and do what the winning traders do? Make sure you like and subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you guys next time.